Andre, Rudolf, please have a seat wherever you feel comfortable. So at Hyland, first of all, it's good to be here again. Haven't been here for a while. We have the privilege to work with many customers from different organizations, different sizes. But many of those organizations are impacting the lives of millions of people. And I mean it, because if you think about healthcare, for example, we did hear it from Barmer, the health insurance company earlier. When you think about public government, citizens, when you think about commercial organizations and customers, so everything they're doing and to what extent they're dealing with content, enterprise content, mission critical data, this is impacting their end customers to the best extent. Now, over the next 30 minutes, I would like to use the time and explore with Andre and Rudolf how Hyland is basically being perceived as partner, how our offerings are basically helping them to offer better services in their own organization, internally and externally. And finally, it's very much to also talk about how you want to, or already are doing it, exploiting the chances around and opportunities around AI. So today we have Andre Heims with us. He's a product owner for the customer documents in Rabobank, one of the leading European banks. We did hear about Rabobank earlier today. And I have Rudolf Mimbe from ENEO, where he's acting as a program director for the Paris project, which is a very interesting project, which is funded by the World Bank, and we're going to hear more about that moving forward. But why not going straight into it? And Andre, maybe we start with you first, and you might do a quick introduction about your role and what you're doing at Rabobank.
So I'm Andre Heims. I'm a product manager inside Rabobank in the customer data area. So in the customer data area, we have customer documents, but also all our CRM data, all kind of customer data. And I'm responsible for all the customer documents inside the bank. Maybe a little bit about Rabobank. So Rabobank is one of the top 3 banks of the Netherlands. We have 9 million customers, so quite a lot, and mainly in the food and agri business, we are leading also internationally. We really want to have a difference over there in the world. We are a little bit different than our competitors, so we don't have shareholders. We are cooperative, so also we try to do something back for the community, like the local sport clubs or sustainability projects. So that's a little bit about me and Rabobank.
Very good, thank you. Rudolf, a little bit about you and your background and your role at ENEO.
Yeah, I'm Ron Bimber, as Matt says. I'm a civil engineer, and I have a wonderful journey of my career that I appreciate, from civil engineering to shared services to HSC to contract management, training and development competencies, regional director, and now I'm the director of protection and securization of revenue in ENEO. We talk about a little bit about that later. And also in the meantime, the project director of Paris. So ENEO is the only one company in country distributing and commercializing energy. So our focus is on the technical quality of service and the commercial quality of service. About the Paris project, I will focus on that. His Excellency Pobier, the head of state, obtained a financing from the World Bank. And the project is managed by the Ministry of Water and Energy and the Agency of Rural Electricity. And as project director in ENEO, I'm in charge of the technical aspect of the project. Basically, we have to install prepaid meter in metropolitan, urban, and rural area, and believe me, is a huge challenge in our environment. And I will finish with the fact that during the last evaluation, we have the highest evaluation, highly satisfactory by the World Bank. So the project has a lot of credit, and we have a lot of challenges. We talk about that. We still have a lot of way to go.
Okay, we come to that in a second again. Thank you very much. Andre, you were talking about you're putting members and communities first at Rabobank. To what extent does the collaboration with Hyland support that mission?
Yeah, maybe share first a little bit about what we have as customer documents. So we have right now about 950 customer documents.
950?
950 million. So that's quite a lot. Okay. Yeah, those are used by our employees. About 23,000 people inside the bank. Half the bank is using our documents daily. That's really complex. And also 250 applications are using our application. So inserting new documents, retrieving documents, changing things. So that's a little bit the landscape where we are in. So it's quite complex, I would say. And yeah, our archive is growing and growing. So every month it's growing with 6 to 10 million documents. So it will be bigger and bigger in the future, like all solutions, I guess, over here. And we have reached the limits with our old solution in the Oracle platform. So a few years ago, we started a project together with Hyland to migrate to Nuxeo, and we are almost live. Next month, we press the button and we switch to Nuxeo. We are really looking forward to that moment. Yeah, and that's where we have the collaboration, of course, and we do this migration together with Hyland, and it's a lot appreciated what we do together. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to have a future-proof platform that we don't have any issues about scalability anymore. So that's a little bit where we are going. So Hyland is providing a platform. We can focus on our customers and our communities.
Very good. Maybe because you're acting in a very regulated environment as a bank, anything to add from a governance or compliance perspective?
Yeah, of course, we are a bank in Europe, so we have to comply with a lot of rules and regulations, maybe too many, I don't know. Yeah, it's really nice that we can have the support from Hyland. So they host the platform for us. We don't have to take care of that. It's secure, it's compliant. We can focus on more the special cases and really focus on helping our employees and customers.
Good. Thank you very much. Rodolphe, coming to you. You mentioned earlier that ENEO is in charge of obviously the electricity grid and connection and then making sure that people can benefit from electricity accordingly. Can you describe the partnership with Hyland and what you have currently implemented or striving for together with Hyland?
I will say struggling for, but before that, we have the obligation from the project perspective to provide all evidences to the World Bank that we have achieved or we have realized such number of connections. So today we are around 350,000 customers, and each customer is 10 sheets of paper. So let's say we have to manage only in the project, not for the whole company, because we have the same problem for the whole company, 3,500,000 sheets that we struggle to manage manually up to now. And it was tough, but we did it, we think, successfully, because we have been able to be paid and make the business run. Where we are moving now, particularly with your partner in FASP, is that we launch online training between 18th and 22nd of August for all our folks. And we have started the on-site training for the technical DMS team on 15th of September, and the first team ended on 29th of September. So now we are struggling to go live, and we are using photo capture, photo tracker, and of course Nuxeo. And even with few days, we are starting seeing that what we thought was correct before is not absolutely the case, because we were looking at documents from quantity perspective, but with what we are doing now, we see the quality, and sometimes there are documents missing or double use of documents. So we are making a step ahead. But this morning, I do realize that we still have a long journey to go, and we built our mid-journey road plan together.
Yeah, during the briefing, you mentioned that on the one hand side, it was very quick how you have been able to enable your teams, and they have already been able to spot, like, detect errors, duplicates, and stuff like that, and you're already in the process of improving the quality. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. You know, when you start a big change like that, you have to manage the change. So it takes time, and we have people that will go with you. You have people that we wait to see what's going on, and you have people that we say, I will never change, I will never. So we are trying to manage all those things and make sure that across the country, because we have 10 regions with rural regions, so to make sure that everybody is at the same level, it will take some time. And I think that by first quarter of next year, I believe that we will get there. But in addition to that, since even the connection process was still manually, we have to digitalize it. So from the customer premises, we'll be able to have a device and do everything in the device, reduce paper, improve accuracy, and at the end of the day, whatever is done on the field, we have it immediately in the office and check the quality and accuracy. So basically, our DMS process has, I think, 5 or 6 steps: capturing, preparing, scanning, indexing, and then we have quality check. And when everything is right, then we can send it to the document warehouse.
And if I'm not mistaken, I recall a number you mentioned when we talked first time, that you also have a backlog of like 30 million documents you're currently handling manually?
Yeah, so you have 2 aspects. What I talk about, 3,500,000, is just documents related to connection of customers. But in addition to that, all the people working around, we have subcontractors that we have to pay, we have many other expenses that we are doing. All those together is about 30 million of sheets of paper that we have to manage only for the project. And if we expand it to the whole company, you can imagine how the challenges are big. But now we are on the step, and with what I learned here, I think that we will try to readjust our roadmap and try to move faster. And just remember that we have a lot of challenges. The level of coverage in a network and GSM is about 20 to 30%. So you can imagine what is required as connectivity in AI is a huge challenge, but we are working to get there.
But it feels like, from when I listen to you, that there is definitely an impact by using technology, Naxio, moving forward.
Of course. There's no other way. And from my perspective, I'm starting showing that. And what I saw today, I already asked the team in Cameroon to prepare a high-level management video to show where we are coming, what we are doing, and where we will be heading to in the future.
Good. Thank you very much. Andre, back to you. When it comes to how you're serving now your customers, maybe you can give us a little bit of indication what's now changing for the better working at Rabobank with their customers.
Yeah, sure. So the past 2 years were mainly about migration. So that was technical, don't supporting employees that well, I would say. But it is necessary to make the real big step afterwards. So we have the platform in place next month, and then we can really move forward. I want to give one of the examples we are thinking about. If we think about AI, for example, if an account manager inside Rabobank is preparing a conversation with a customer, he needs to do a lot of preparation. So he needs to read a lot of documentation about 30 data sources. For example, last contact moment with the bank, sustainability reports, risk reports, etc., etc. This could take up to 2 to 3 hours, so that's quite a long period, and it's every time again and again. What if we can use all this information from those data sources, create a sort of a one-pager for that account manager, give him, for example, a cross-sell opportunity. We think you can do some sales over there as well. I think that could be a massive improvement for the account manager, so we can really focus on the interaction with the customer instead of being in our systems. So as mentioned this morning, I think it's more about the interactions in the future than being behind your laptop and searching in your systems. So I think that's the really a real nice example where we are looking into.
And out of interest, are you going to implement a couple of KPIs to figure out if you have now more valuable customer interactions, or are your sellers going to finish their workday earlier by doing that?
I think everybody is struggling with the number of employees in your organization. So of course we have a cost to serve target, and that needs to be better. That's for every organization the case, I guess. But also, some departments are very busy, so it gives also the opportunity to help the customer even better.
Do more with the same amount of people.
Indeed,
Excellent.
indeed.
Excellent. Okay, thank you very much. And Rodolphe, how does it look in your world when it comes to how you are going to serve your customers internally and externally better moving forward? What's your ambition?
My ambition is simple. Since I began working, first of all, my management is risk-based. Mm-hmm. And what we want to see or to get is to make sure that whatever we do, we are working up to the best standards in the world. And what the customer is looking at is good quality of technical services, reliable energy, quality of energy, and then good quality of commercial services. Now, to tackle this issue, it's good to also address the big challenge that we have from customer perspective, because to serve customer, to improve the quality of their service, you need to know where they are. We used to say KYC. We are not there for the time. We have around 30% of commercial losses, which is enough because we don't know where our customer are. So we have a huge challenge now to be able to recognize, identify, and localize our customer on the field with the restoration of the GIS, and link all this to the DMS to have a better picture of what is going on the field, then be able to secure each single frame that is in our metas, because the meta is our cash. But sometimes to go there, we have to rely on people that I'm not sure that we can trust them all the time due to enormous level of losses that we have. So this is the struggle. I believe that with the proper management approach, with the focus on the performance and result, and what I've seen today that we have started, we will get there maybe in 2 years' time when we meet together. I will let you know exactly where we are.
That would be a nice follow-up, indeed. Thank you very much. Andre, looking at AI, when we switch gears towards the future, and we saw a lot about agentic AI, we saw a lot about how content intelligence, process intelligence can also be of immense value to drive faster decision-making, better insights. What about AI at Rabobank?
Yeah, I'm very excited about what is coming, and also the stories we heard this morning, what is already there and what's coming from a Hyland perspective. But maybe nice to mention, inside Rabobank we are already doing quite a lot of stuff with Gen AI. So we have already chatbots and voice bots running with Gen AI. The first bank in the Netherlands that's doing that, and we are really experimenting, scaling it, and getting insights of these kind of solutions. And we also have a Gen AI acceleration program inside the bank, sponsored by the management board. That let's see, we really want to invest in Gen AI because it's important. We don't want to miss the boat. We really have to do something with it. We have about 50 initiatives right now running on that program, and that's really really cool and really going into the right direction. And we are sitting on all those customer documents, and it's endless. So I think the opportunities are also endless with Gen AI and agentic AI. I don't know what the next term will be, but maybe we know it in a few years.
Do you think Hyland can play a role in that?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Forgive me, as a salesperson, I need to ask that question. Good. All right. Rudolf, how about AI usage in your context? How is that going to? Because you mentioned that you're still at the verge of getting all data really connected, about making sure you have transparency and insights about all the different meters you have, all the different customers you basically serve already. Not everything has been registered or documented appropriately. But moving forward, how would that look like for you if you could benefit from AI? What would that be?
From document management perspective, I saw today where we are heading to, and as I said before, I need to draw a realistic roadmap, because whatever we do, we need to take into consideration all local challenges and constraints to be sure that we are not going to overstep and come back after that. But I think that we'll be able, with time, to have an intelligent document processing with all what I see today. What I'm seeing with the team on the field, because we have a briefing every morning to know what they have done, which difficulty they have. But today we are able to say, okay, this document is missing, this is not correct, this needs to be corrected. Before we were not able to do that. And with the OCR, I saw this morning the handwriting letter of the doctor. So those are things that we already have in place, and now we need to push, we need to monitor, we need to coach people to make sure that they are getting to the level that we need. And this is the only way to improve the overall performance of the company and reduce our liability, because if we are not able to provide the justification for the money that we spend, there is a personal liability behind that, and we need to be aware and very, very cautious of that.
That is related to the World Bank project. You mentioned that you sometimes feel like some people in the organization are with one foot in jail already, only because documentation is missing.
If documentation is missing, you cannot justify where the money is gone. So we need to find a way to show where the money is gone, and it's a serious issue. But as I said, what is being done in the project for me is as a bright spot. Then, when everything is set up, and it will be expanded to the whole company, and is a huge volume of document that has to be managed. And generally, the document management is not, I will not say, is not managed to the level that it should be. Is the correct way to do it, instead of saying there's really nothing. All is manual, and it's very, very difficult. Even when we have claims with clients, even in the court, sometimes we don't have the file of the client. So it's a serious issue that needs to be addressed, fixed, and then managed properly.
So that is part of your 30 million backlog.
Exactly,
document.
exactly.
Okay.
So what we are doing now, as the system is set up, as from now, all the documents are managed in the DMS. Now we have to manage all the backlog in the regions, and we have a document warehouse where we have already stocked 60% of the whole documentation. We have to go there by the time to put everything in DMS and proceed with the capturing, preparing, and all those stuff to make sure that we have automatic generation of code bar. Initially, it was done manually with Stormy Road, so there's a huge challenge to do it. But for me, is amazing, is challenging, and these are the kind of challenge that is good to go through and make the difference, impact life of people, impact the company, and overall see the performance increase. And at the end of the day, we are talking about cash. And commercial in my company is the collector of the company, because they are taking the money from the client. Mm-hmm. But they are also the collector for the whole sector, from production, transmission, distribution, and all the people that have been paid by the collector, because it's a system. So we need to get more cash, and we have no choice than going with AI and making sure that we master the territory, our customer, and of course our methods.
Good. And Andre, how does it sound to you when we listen to Rudolf? Have you already surpassed some of those challenges, or does something of that sound familiar to you?
Yeah, so in general, I think the IDP part we already covered because we already have quite some automation over there, and it's only in the archive when we comply with those rules. So that's there, but there is of course more to come, and I think it's more on searching in the content. Right now, if an employee needs to go to 30 documents, yeah, that's quite time consuming. Yeah, I think that will shift the wheel from searching and scrolling to getting just the information on the right time. I think that's the main challenge for us in the future.
Okay, thank you. And if, Andre, I might stay with you. If you would summarize your journey with Hyland in one sentence, and especially the biggest impact this collaboration has made for you/Rabobank, how would you phrase that?
Yeah, so I think Hyland helped us really to focus again on our customers and our communities, and Hyland take care of the application, host it for us, and take care of all the things around it, and we don't have to focus on that anymore. That's the most important thing in our journey, I guess.
Very good. Thank you. Rudolf, how about you? How would you summarize in one sentence how the partnership looks like and how we have been able to impact your business?
I'm sorry, we are talking about customers, so human, but I will say it another way. I will talk about cash. So at the end of the day, everything ended to cash. And to get cash, I said it, you need to have a customer that is satisfied, the customer that has what is expecting, and of course, saving time. One operational center managing 3 or 4 regions now is 10 people. Before we have like 100 or 150 people. So we are talking about cash, optimization, efficiency, accuracy, and we need to build trust with the partners, with the World Bank, to show them that in Africa is it possible to invest and see where the money is going through and see impact of life of people. So this is where AI will drive us, and we will focus on that, and at any time, if you need any kind of support, we will come to you.
Very good. And I think I come back to your kind offer from the very beginning when you said maybe we need to revisit how the implementation goes in 1 or 2 years. I think that can be a very interesting case when we talk about the savings, the impact, and to what extent you have been able to cash collect even better moving forward. So gentlemen, thank you both for the insights you provided. Thank you both for your leadership and the insights around what's happening in your respective institutions. I very much look forward to staying in contact with you, and maybe we get the chance to come back to the audience and tell them what has happened in between. So thank you very much for now.
Thank you very much.
Andre, thank you. Rudolf, thank you.